Welcome back, RealVacantLand.com. This is Luke Smith. I've got another property for you. This one is in Park County, Wyoming. And Park County, Wyoming has been one of my arch nemesis. I sent a bunch of mail here, so I'm going to buy some land in Park County, Wyoming. You know, this Park County people, they go like this, and they try to choke me, and they try to slap me, and they try to tell me how bad I am for making them such a low offer on their land. And I thought I was being realistic. Um, I've spent some time in Park County, Wyoming. My dad took me to a rodeo in Cody one time. Took my wife and my kids there. We went back and looked at the rodeo grounds. Everybody goes to rodeo in Cody, Wyoming, right? So Cody is just south of here. I think that's the only town in the country that has a rodeo like every day. Every day of the year, 365 days a year, they've got a rodeo going on. So they're like the rodeo capital of the world. And you know what's right west of Cody is, just west of Cody is Yellowstone. Yellowstone National Park. So this is like the gateway to Yellowstone. So you're just above Cody, and then you go down the road and you go into Yellowstone. So let's jump into this property and take a look at this one. You can go fly fishing in Yellowstone. You go hiking. You go climbing, backpacking. You take your horses. There's a lot to do in Yellowstone. Yellowstone is one of my favorite parks. If you guys have never been to Yellowstone, gotta just stop what you're doing and go to Yellowstone. This is November, maybe not the best time of year to go to Yellowstone. Maybe wait till spring, then go to Yellowstone. But here's Andrew. This is the owner of the property, Andrew Goring. He sent mail and he got this deal. He got this property in Park County, Wyoming. The only ones that I could get in Park County were like way out in the middle of nowhere, just this scrubby brush-looking land that just I couldn't buy. I couldn't buy it. I can't even present that stuff to you guys. He got this one. It's green. There's like crops growing next door. He's asking $57,000 and it's 35 acres. So let's jump into the pictures. Let's take a look at this thing. He's got some fancy pictures. We'll get there. So he's showing maps from the property, south of it's Cody. That's where I was talking about. If you go north, up and around, there's Billings over here. But you can get over to Big Sky. And this area is just outdoorsman's dream in the area. So here's the property, and it's crops. It's like planted crops all around the area. Houses, power, water, water lines, power, irrigation ditches. So here's an irrigation ditch that's over on the side of the property. I'm not sure what the regulations are on getting water out of that ditch, but it's there, and so you can see other people in the area growing. You might have to. It might be a outlet ditch, so it's like where the water goes after you pump it out of a well and put it on the field, and then it goes into those ditches to go away. So here's Heart Mountain. Here's State Route 295. Here's a house that's over there with a power line, so you could tag off of that to build on this property. Here's some bushes and some trees and some yeah. This is what it looks like. So here's the road over here. There's power lines, a couple houses in the area. These look like site-built homes. On the other side of the property, it looked like a manufactured home. So I think the regulations are pretty open to do a manufactured home if you want to do a manufactured home. But by all means, go build a site-built home if you want to do that too. So you could have horses here. You could have, you could have donkeys. You could have sheep. You could have goats. You could have a couple dogs. You could have chickens. I'd have some chickens. Maybe some dogs to keep the predators away from the chickens. Hopefully the dogs don't eat my chickens. But you get the idea, right? You get a bunch of land, you can do what you want. So this is the pictures of the area. You can go see all these pictures by going to the link in the description below, and it'll take you back to the website, and then you can see these pictures. He's got a bunch of different descriptions, borders, and crops next door. Take a look at that picture. So someone's growing hay over here next door. There's a truck down here off to the side. There's a truck over here that's like loading up the hay from the fields. He's showing Cody, Wyoming, and Billings, Montana, and Sheridan, Wyoming. And in between here and here in Sheridan is Bighorn National Forest, and on the other side is Yellowstone. I spent some time in Bighorn a couple years ago. My wife and kids, we went to a dude ranch, and we went horseback riding all up and down the mountains. And my favorite ride was I took my fly fishing pole and just some really basic dorky flies and went to this little stream in the middle of nowhere and by horseback and get there by horseback. And then it had these little holes that I could fish. And so I did some fly fishing, just trying to get between the bushes and the trees, and I caught more bushes than fish, but I caught some brook trout, and I've caught brook trout in northern Michigan before. They're like they're just so beautiful fish. They're great colors, and I was hoping to get some brown trout, but I found these brook trout, and the brook trout are like, size, more like maybe like this finger size. They're little guys, but you go to the fly fishing shop there, and everyone's got pictures of their brook trout, and they're trying so hard to make it look bigger, but it's just, you just put it in the base of your hands, basically your brook trout. But we I put them in my pocket. I had a pocket full of brook trout, and one of the guys I was with brought some tin foil, some onion, and some salt and pepper. He had little packets of salt and pepper, and a lemon. So we cut up the lemon, we put salt and pepper on the fish, and we scored the fish. We gutted them, scored them, and wrapped them in tin foil with a bunch of butter in there. And we made a little fire, and we cooked them over the fire, and opened up that tin foil, and then picked the meat off the bone with like sticks, and that was like the best brook trout I've ever had. Those are so good. Maybe it was the atmosphere, maybe it was a little fire next to the stream, maybe it was because there's no people around, maybe it's because we got there on horseback, maybe it's because we caught them fly fishing, maybe it was the elevation, I don't know, but the fish were just amazing. The colors were spectacular. They tasted so delicate and pure and pristine. And just get back in those woods a little further, and there was like snowbanks. The streams were coming out of the snowbanks, and that was a fun trip. I did catch a bunch of brown trout and other fish and cutthroat and things as well, but yeah. So here we go. Here's a picture. It's showing the irrigated part of the property and the non-irrigated part of the property. I think this is part's non-irrigated, and the part off where I can't reach over here, this funky color up here, seems to be the irrigated part. I don't know where he got these maps from, but that looks pretty good. So he's got a bunch of hunting areas that you can just walk into. And he's got a bunch of BLM land that you can go. I believe you can hunt in BLM land too, but maybe check the regulations. So lots of maps of where to get to things. So Cody, Wyoming, the rodeo capital of the world, is just south of there. It's 33 minutes, half hour south. You can go get supplies down in Cody. Cody's got, it's a bustling, happening town. People are passing through there to go in and out of Yellowstone National Park all the time. It's a good stop before you get in. So he's saying entrance to Shoshone National Forest, but all these forests, they go over there. That's the lake on the far side of the screen. Like, let's see, this way. If I could reach far enough over there, that's Yellowstone Lake. That's Yellowstone. That's like the entrance to Yellowstone. It's Yellowstone, guys. And then it's got the Tetons just down from there. So you go drive through Yellowstone down to the Tetons. There's so much nature in Yellowstone. There's so much fly fishing. There's so much, you can go rafting and canoeing and exploring and hiking and horseback riding. Like my wife would love to go horseback riding there. Take the horses and horse trailer, and I think I'm going to end up fixing the horse trailer this weekend. She's got me working on that. I don't think I'm going to get into like full-on welding on it, but at least new brakes and everything. Brakes and wires. You got to do that over time, right? So there's the entrance to Yellowstone National Park. So it goes a little bit further and you get into Yellowstone. It's saying an hour and a half drive and get into Yellowstone. So you could get up in the morning and get to one of these fly fishing awesomeness rivers in Yellowstone National Forest, like before the sun comes up from this property. That would be cool. I would be all about that. Get there before the tourists and things. Okay, so there's some pictures. Let's go down. No, he's got these really fancy pictures of the property. I'm going to look at this. Well, let's look at the map, and then we'll go to the fancy pictures. So here's my classic. He makes my maps look old school, and I show you his pictures. So here's the shape of it. It's like a 40 acre with a couple chunks missing, 2.5 acre chunks missing for these houses. And you see it's just all farmland around the area. And you go down, here's Cody, and you go a little further, you're into Yellowstone. So you're just right off the side of Yellowstone. Great place to have horses. Go take the horses into Yellowstone. Take them into the back country. Okay, let's go see the fancy pictures. So this is Round Me is the name of this, and it gives you these pictures are like 3D. You can move them around. So you got to go here and you got to play with it. So there's a link down at the bottom of this video, or in the description, at the top of the description underneath the video, to get back to the website and play with this. So you go play with this thing. There's a whole bunch of different spots that took pictures. So you can get in there and you can go, 3D it all the way around. And maybe I got too much video running. You guys are going to have to go play with this. But you guys have seen 3D pictures before. So I think it's just too much for all my computers to process, recording it and making it all happen. But it's, you can zoom around. You could just drag it and look and go look around. Where's the road? Where's the power lines? Where is everything? You can get a full-on view of this property from every corner in all directions and everywhere. So you can see it from home without having to go there. And then Andrew's got a video about it too. It's more drone video about the property, so you can go fly around the property as well. And then if you really want to go for it, we got the Buy It Now button over here. Let's see how that's set up. It's probably deposit, I'm guessing. So it takes you to his website, and it looks like you could put in how much money you want to put in there. Like, so you could break it up between multiple credit cards, or put down payment and say, hey, here's a deposit, let's go take it into title, or here's, you just fill this out and pay by card. It looks like that's how he's got it set up. He's processing it through Heartland's, one of the largest credit card processors in the U.S. Top 5, I think. Yeah, taxes $646 a year. No HOA fees. Andrew Goring's the seller with his name and phone number over here. So if you like this property, please go take a look at it. Look at the 3D imagery, the flyovers, the pictures. He's got it all presented quite well. And next time you go into Yellowstone, stop by the property. Or better yet, buy it, go camp on it while you're hanging out in Yellowstone and looking to build something. Okay, thanks. See you in the next one. Bye.